guys? Doing a little Pearson field action today. The good old Epic. It's been a while since I've flown this one. I was looking for some FS economy, but there's really not, like John Wayne, SNA. I was looking to do a flight out of there. There's no fuel for FS economy. Like there's just so many people using it. There's like no airplanes. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do FS economy tomorrow. I grabbed some jobs for my Cheyenne, but looking at the weather today for this flight, it was just great weather. Figured I'd do a flight, whereas we just have a scenic flight. Okay. There's a lot of hangars here. AV gas. Well, that reminds me, we need to figure out our fuel. It's like the wind is pretty light. 4 knots. Yeah. Alright, let's grab our flight plan, fuel calculations, and all that nonsense. Alright, so this is the flight plan. Battleground, Victor 495, Seattle VOR, Victor 23 to Payne VOR direct. We'll see if we get that. I want to fly at 250. This is calculating via the TBM. Yes. Alright. So 915. Trusty calculator. 140 gallons times 6.5 is 910. So that's what I need. Okay. Come down here. Altimeter is 3011. Elevation for Pearson Field, 28. Have to grab the wind through my weather injector, I guess. Or we'll look at a windsock when we get close. Going from untowered to untowered. Get rid of the K, don't need that. File. We're up here. Give that a second to reset. There we go. Flight plan on file. Come back over here to Pearson Field and we'll get things cranked up. Crunked up. need passengers. Let's do taking a family with some bags. There we go. Hop in here. Fuel, I want 70 gallons a wing. It's 140 gallons of fuel. All right, we're good. And we got avionics. We need nav lights. Oh, we need beacon. There we go. VUO. 82 elevation at Pearson. Okay. Coast Pilot, hey buddy. Greetings from across the river from Pearson. Are you at Portland? You flying out of Portland? Are you on PilotEdge? Are you doing VetSim or what you up to? I'm gonna grab Portland's ATIS 2835. I need to know which way they're taking off and landing.
Right. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested.
Oh, you're not flying today? Oh, that's right. You live there.
Runway 3.
That's right.
Closed. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you could tell the direction of the airport's operating by the star because you live by the fork.
300 at 6. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 18. Dew point 11. Altimeter 3012. Arriving and departing runways 28 left, 28 right. Visual approaches.
So they're operating west, so that's what I needed to know. And 3011. Elevation is 28, so that's good. Let's do 3011 on the standby. If you like flying around San Juan Islands, Orbix did a really nice job on the Orcas Island Airport at East Sound. I have I have Orbix, the airport we're flying into, 74S, Anacortes, I think. I have custom scenery for that. I also have Darrington. So if I feel up to it, my plan will be to, after I land at Anacortes, to grab a bush plane, fly to Allen Island, pick up some passengers at the campsite, and then fly to Darrington. But that's all dependent upon how much time we have left. I'm using this plane to get there because this plane is super fast. It's like cruises at 260 indicated. Is crazy. All right, flight plan. Where's that? Menu, delete. I need battleground. BTG. Let's see if this works. B T battleground. Enter. Menu. Load airway. Nice. I do similar milk run in the Kodiak. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. I'm going to be doing the Kodiak, or I'm going to be using the Kodiak to do that little extra jump. So you read my mind. Short book, but you read my mind. Victor 495. Hopefully I get this. That will take us to Seattle. BTG to Seattle. From Seattle, menu, airway, Victor 23. And then it's going to take us to Payne. Okay. And then from Payne will be the airport. So 7, 4, S, Anacortes. And be enter, enter. Flight plan. Push that out a little bit. All right, that's in. And he'll probably, I'm going to do IFR out of here. I could take off VFR, but yeah, I don't feel like it. So what altitude? He'll probably give me 5,000, so we'll leave it at 5,000. And where's the autopilot on this thing? Oh, that's right. All right, so 5,000 vertical speed, we'll say 2,000 feet per minute. And we're taking off on runway 26. Runway heading 262. We have to read the ODP. All right, we'll get our clearance 122. 22.2. I have no idea what he's going to give me for departure. Maybe, no, I need CTAF. CTAF here is 19.0. So get that ready, so we're all 19.0. We'll start her up here in a moment, get my clearance, and we'll get the engine running. So let me see. So it looks like it's morning still. I think Portland's 2 hours behind me. p.m. Central Time, so it'd be 1, 12, 11, yeah, it's 11:20 something there. Morning, Portland approach, Epic 1399 on the ground at Pearson Field, IFR Anacortes.
Number 139er, Portland approach on request, standby.
Hopefully he'll give me what I filed. We shall see.
Epic 139er, Portland departures cleared to the Anacortes Airport via the Battleground VOR that's filed. Climb and maintain 2000. Expect flight level 250 within 10 minutes of departure. Departure frequency 124.35. Squawk 4054. Hold for release.
Clear to Anacortes via Battleground VOR as filed. Maintain 2000. Departure 124.35, squawk 4054, hold for release, Epic 1399.
November 1399, read back is correct. Call me back on this frequency shortly. They're on my first line and ready to go.
Call me back this frequency shortly, 1399, thanks. Alright, so we got our clearance. Transponder 4054.
November 8 Whiskey, contact San Francisco Tower 120.5.
We switch to CTAF. Transponder altitude 4054. Alright, we're squawking. We are squawking. He said 2000, so we need to change this to 2000. Change that to 1500. Now we're good. Let's remove the ground power unit. Beacon light is on. Fuel's on right. Tank. Let me see all these. Prop, throttle, fuel cutoff. Alright, I think I am just about ready here. So fuel pump, starter, generator. Start till, I have to read my notes here, 10 NG, ignite at 15, add fuel at, no, start till 10 NG, then ignite, and then at 15 NG we add fuel. That's what it is. Okay. This is a little bit different than a TBM, similar but different. Alright, so we're going to do start till 10 NG, 9, 10, ignite, and we'll wait till we get to 15. Go low idle. ITT can spike for 5 seconds, I think, with this plane. If it did that hot in the TBM, I would have aborted. This plane, it's okay to be hot for a second like that. Alright, ignition off. Let's turn on all these. Okay. Turn on the pitot heat before I forget. Move our prop full forward. Beta mode doesn't work unless prop is full. Flap check. And I'll leave that on flaps. Take off. And we'll do taxi lights on. Inert separator on. We are trimmed for takeoff. I think, yeah. Don't need terrain. Alright, we're on Pearson, CTAF. So we're gonna cruise on over here to 26. Put this into beta mode. All right. Pearson traffic, Epic 139, taxiing to runway 26, Pearson traffic. All right, let's go. I have to do ODP out of here, so I'll tell them when I'm fixing to take off that we'll be doing the 26 ODP, and I need to brief that real quick. Nice little bump here. Probably from the Orbix. It's a little run-up area, but we're not going to do a run-up in a turboprop. But I do want to brief this ODP, which is any really? Okay. That's not ODP. That's just obstacle notes. Where's the ODP? This thing's gonna make me look elsewhere, I bet. Let me see. Is it down here? Here we go. Here we go. That's what I need. Runway 26, climb heading 262. Okay. To 700, then climbing right turn direct to Battleground VOR. The Battleground is activated. That's fine. We're on GPS. Continue climb Battleground VR holding pattern. Hold northwest, right turns to cross battleground at or above the MEA for route of flight. Well, I already know I'm going to be good on that, so I don't have to worry about a pattern. So we're just going to maintain runway heading to 700 feet, and then we're going to go right turn to battleground. So we're going to go back to the telephone, which is 122.2, simulates a telephone. And we'll let, hey, Road Commandant. How are you, my friend? I'm doing good. I got a question for you here in a little bit once I get in the air. I need to tell Marcus I am ready to go. Runway 26 ODP. Portland approach, Epic 1399, Pearson Field, number 1, runway 26 for the 26 ODP. Also need to turn on our landing
Epic
lights.
1399, Portland departure, standby.
Turn the inert, well, the inert separator can stay on. Let's do, we got airlines. Gotta check that even in the sim. Pitot heat is on, flaps are set, conditioner lever full. I'll take this thing out of beta mode.
November 1399 release for departure, clearance void if not off by 1845 Zulu, time now 1835.5, if not off in the next 9 minutes, call back with your intentions no later than 1850, change to the visor frequency approved.
Not off by 1850, I advise this frequency change approved, 1399. Alright, so now we go back to CTAF, talk to Pearson Field peeps. Departure 124.35. 124.35. All right. Pearson traffic, Epic 139, taking off runway 26 for a right crosswind departure, Pearson Field. Close that. About to eat lunch, but you'll be back. All right, cool. You have a challenge for me? Pretty much everything is a challenge. I am always up for a challenge. Alright. Alright. RPM. Looks good. Break off. Slowly add in torque. There's 90 knots. Rotate. And then at what was it, 700 feet, right turn, direct to battleground. Be nice to have a heading there. Forgot to do that part. All right, so Pearson traffic, Epic 139 departed to the north. Last call, Pearson traffic. All right, Alright, so we need to go to our departure, 12435. Gear is up, flaps are up. Let's reduce the prop a little bit. Portland departure, Epic 1399 2000.
Number 1399 Portland departure. Radar contact 7 South Battleground. Climb and maintain 4000. Portland altimeter 3012.
Climb maintain 4000, 3012, 1399. Alright. 4000, and we'll head on up. It's 3012.
November 1399, climb and maintain 15,000 now, 15,000.
I maintain 15,000, 1399. Alright, fly by. Alright, let me see what you wrote here. Tone Cotton Airport. Oh, it's like overseas. Is that one of like the top 5 or top 10 hard airports to land at? And you were doing that approach in the FlyJ Sim 732 Coast Pilot on that airport? Yeah, there's a oh, darn it. I messed up the departure totally on that. I was supposed to go straight to the battleground VOR after the takeoff. So he'll probably yell at me, and if he does, he's totally correct because I totally messed that up. Let me see. So after battleground would be. Menu, activate leg.
Southwest 313, clear on Gulf 7 for Delta 11.
Southwest 313, continue on Foxtrot 10, cross runway 7 left, Foxtrot 10, contact ground the other side.
Cross 7 left, Foxtrot 10, ground the other side, Southwest 313.
Activate nav. Right, now we're on track. Totally boogered up that ODP, but that's right. Nothing bad happened. Let's turn off the inert separator.
Finish ground, Southwest 313, Foxtrot 10 for Delta 11.
Yeah, there's
Southwest
a
313, Phoenix ground,
airport
return, Echo,
that I want
Delta
to
11 into the
try
ramp. Have a great day.
in the Airbus, and I'm going to do it. It's supposed to be one of the most difficult landings. I'm looking at my notes. I've got it here.
Epic 1399, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Seattle Center 126.6, 1399. Uh, 126.6. Seattle Center, Epic 1399, 10,800 for 15,000.
November 139er, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb, maintain flight level 250, 1399. 25,000. Sync up the heading bug there. Push this range out. So the flight that I'm going to do at some point is a flight from Kathmandu to Paro, which is near Mount Everest. I think Paro is this airport identifier, and it's supposedly one of the most difficult airports to land at. And Coast Pilot says he tried it, it's a challenge. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of flying overseas, but that approach in the Paro with the Airbus, I do want to try that sometime. That'd be fun. Since I don't have any custom scenery for that, road commandant. Well, actually, I think you took off for lunch, so yep. All right, 16. We on track now? Yeah, we're on track. Turn on the oxygen, air conditioning. We won't get hypoxia. Cabin pressure. It's climbing. Differential's fine. Someone had pointed this out to me at some point. I think it might have been Gizmo. I don't remember. It's been a while, but I didn't know where the cabin pressure was until someone told me. Gotta love Orbix Ortho. Looks so real. But yeah, I'm gonna do a flight into Paro, and I'll probably do it with George, road commandant, in a maybe like a shared cockpit type thing on VATSIM. So I'll probably stream that whenever we do that. I'm gonna ask him about it when he comes back, if he's not already here. See if he wants to do that. That'd be kind of fun to do one of the most difficult approaches in the world within a shared cockpit environment. That would be fun. All right, we are coming up to transition altitude, so we'll click on that. Click on that, click on that, click on that. That doesn't do anything. Come over here. Bring this to standard. There we go. So time permitting, and it should have enough time, the idea is to land at Anacortes, which I have custom scenery for that. And then we're going to swap into a Kodiak and go pick up some people at a campsite on Allen Island in Anacortes of Washington. And then we're going to fly them to Darrington. So that's the idea for today's flight. Hold this up at 200 knots for the climb. So we're going to go to flight level change mode, which is right here. Right till that hits 200, because losing speed as we climb. So hit. There we go. Locked in 200. Add in some torque. Now it will hold our airspeed, so we don't have to worry about stalling, and it's a pretty good fast speed to continue to climb at 1600 feet per minute. And let me see what the wind is doing at 74S, I think. Actually, that's, I don't know what the wind is there. Guess we'll have to use the charts and see what that says. Let's pull this out. Yeah, get rid of that, get rid of that. Where's the, oh, here we go. 74. S. No weather information. Alright, I guess we'll just fly over the field and see if we can see a windsock. I do need to find out the traffic pattern and CTAF. We'll do that here shortly. Coming up to our top of climb here. We can, 74 elevation is 241, so we would want, for pattern altitude, it's more than likely 1,000 feet above, so 1,200. So we'll do flight plan, and we'll spin this to 1,200. And that gives us a 6 minute, right close to 5 minutes top of descent. So while that's loading, we will check out frequencies. So let's come over here. We are right about here. So we're going to be landing at Anacortes. So CTAF is 128.25, so I'm going to need that to talk to other aircraft in the pattern. So runway 18 is right traffic, so you always have to check that. And I always go to this chart supplement to see for the traffic pattern. So 18 is right traffic, probably because of, there's always a reason, I don't know what the reason is. So it would be this way. And if it's 36, I'm just going to do a straight in. No, I'm going to have to fly over the airport. So we will, let me see if it's right traffic. be left traffic for 36. So I could fly over the airport at 1,000 feet above pattern and see if I can see a windsock. We'll fly over here to the right of it, and then we'll enter into the pattern over here, and then we'll come in at a 45 for either the right traffic or the left traffic for 36, but we'll stay about 2,500 feet when we cross over so we don't interfere with any pattern, and then we'll figure out which runway to use. That'll work. Moving along at 328 knots across the ground. Cabin pressure 7,500. Differential is 5.2. That's fine. We go up. The TBM is like 6.5, I think, that it allows, but this one's pretty close to TBM performance. It's identical for FS Economy if you ever want to use this. You can use the TBM 850 for the Epic or the
Epic 139er, the Payne altimeter 3019er, descend at pilot's discretion to maintain 16,000.
Altimeter for Payne 3019er, it's descend pilot discretion, maintain 16,000. Jeez, Epic 1399. Alright, so we got 2 minutes and we'll start on our way down. Right traffic, a right downwind for 18 and a left downwind for 36, 23. Okay, cool. Looks like Seattle approach 125.6. Usually that's what they go with, but that could change. Move the prop to about 1660 RPM. Does this airport have an AWAS? Yeah, closest airport AWAS 121.12. Altimeter setting is not critical. Alright, let's reset this for 16,000 and we'll go to VNAV. Take out the torque. Seattle Center, Epic 1399, leaving 250.
1399, roger.
Heading on down. Get rid of that. heading, sync that up, and I'm going to put in a, let me see what the wind is doing. I'm going to cheat and look at the weather. Closest airport to that. Looks like it's wind calm, so yeah, it's pretty much wind calm everywhere. It's like variable 3-4 knots all around this area, so it should be all right. And we got this weather, whoops, got this wind needle, so that will help. CTAF 128.25. Well, he's probably gonna, yeah, he's definitely gonna turn me over to Seattle approach before I go to CTAF, so no point in getting it on the standby yet. It's 3019. Bump this up to 3019. All right, so like I said, pattern is 1200, so I would want 22. Should be 1,000 feet above pattern. Anything less than 3,000 feet for VFR purposes, you can fly at any altitude without having to worry about that plus 500 foot rule. Under 3,000 feet VFR, you can fly it. And it's actually 3,000 feet AGL, so it's above the ground. So if you're flying over, you know, a mountain, as long as you're within 3,000 feet of the peak of the mountain, then you don't have to worry about the plus 500 rule. Coming up to transition, 3019. Looking at my weather injector, the winds where I'm currently flying over is 350 at 9 knots. Airport is up here. Oh yeah, I forgot I can use the mouse wheel on the map. That's cool. Gotta love Arabesque avionics. Cabin pressure is still 7,500. Differential's less. Should break out of this haze. If I don't, I'll use the data ref editor to change that. the real plane has, the shades don't move in the model. These probably do go up and down. Interesting shade. You would think they would start at the top and slide down. And there's a magazine. Lindbergh does it. Snow and sleet. I'm pretty sure they didn't have heat back in that plane. That would have been horrible. Wow. It's amazing. Yeah, I know. Rogue Commandant. So I was thinking, we were talking about difficult approaches into airports around the world, and there's an airport that I have been wanting to. I have the entire route figured out. I want to fly from Kathmandu to Paro, which is near Mount Everest, and it's in the Airbus, and I think that would be a fun flight.
Number 13909, descend and maintain 10,000, wind be altimeter 3024.
Descend, maintain 10,000, 3024, 1399. But I think that would be fun to do as a shared cockpit. Being that I don't have ortho scenery or anything for that, and I'm not gonna worry about ATC, but we'll still fly it on VATSIM. But to fly into Paro as a shared cockpit in the Airbus, that would be fun. 3024. Count you in? Is there any scenery for that? You know, that's a good question. I don't know, but we'll look to see if there's any free scenery for Paro or Kathmandu. I'll have to check. I might have had wrote down some free scenery, but obviously for the shared cockpit, whatever we select has to be identical. But yeah, definitely. We'll see if we can find some scenery for that. And that we'll plan that to be our next shared cockpit. That would be fun to fly in there. I've been wanting to do that flight for months. I enjoy ATC way more than tough approaches, so that's why I haven't flown it yet, because there's never any ATC over there, but maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see. It looks like you found some. Let me check that out real quick. So is this... Oh, that's the Paro. Oh, nice. That was just released like May... No, that was a year ago. Okay. That looks nice though. Do you have all those libraries? We'll have to test it before we fly it to make sure we don't get any errors, but that looks nice. Turn that on when we get a little lower. You'd have to download some of the libraries. You have most of them. Yeah. Yeah, you always have to test, because there are instances to where they put in the libraries and then they forget libraries. So you test it, you look for, you know, whatever's missing, and then you add those other libraries. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. for it. It's Allen Island. Allen Island is right next to it. We're gonna fly, yeah, we'll fly right over it. See if we can see the thing there. Did flight out of Miami, it was pouring, went to Dulles again. Do you have the rain effects on the Airbus? It looks really cool. 60, negative 60 on the landing. Nice. Yeah, that's a butter landing for sure. Greaser.
November 1399, descend and maintain 6000, say request, or report to airport inside, or cancellation by IFR, I should say.
Descend 6,000. Actually, we can cancel IFR at this time. Epic 1399.
Epic 1399, roger, IFR cancellation received. Radar services are terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR for exchange approved.
Squawk and maintain VFR, frequency change approved. 1399, we'll see you.
See ya.
Alright, autopilot off, let's start on our way down. Just gonna hand fly this. And we'll squawk. Squawk. VFR. And CTAF is 12825. CTAF, so we're squawking. Actually, that's a 5,000 foot Charlie that we're in right now. This airport is 5,000 foot, so we'll descend to, let's see, we're on the west side, so that would be even, so 6,500. We'll maintain that. Turn on our landing lights, taxi lights, and inert separator on in case of birds. FSC flight? No. Nope. I was looking to do a FS economy flight, but I was going to do one out of John Wayne, but it was no gas. I was amazed that John Wayne and the ZLA on FS economy has no fuel. So I kind of like quickly changed my plan and just did this flight for fun. So there's no FS economy with this flight. Keep at 6,500. The altimeter here is 3024, so that's fine. And we'll change the course to, looks like the runway is probably going to do a north. So the course for the north would be 020. So that's the runway direction, and that would be a left traffic. Left traffic on 36. 12825. Alright. So this is a surface to 5,000 block, so we can start on our way down again. Anacortes is pretty much right under us now. It's 5,000 feet. Duh, I can't do that. You have to stay above 5,000 because of this Charlie, and then sneak in. Alright. Where's the airport? There it is. Winds 300 at 7. So we'll do a left enter at a 45. Swiss cheese, hey buddy. What's going on? We are trying to simulate that this is an active Charlie. So I'm trying to stay above 5,000, then we need to duck under it. We're going to land at Anacortes. And then switch to a different plane, pick up some campers, and go to Darrington. Alright, so this world VFR, let's see. So that shelf is 1,300, so we have to go down to 1,300, or 1,000. 1,200 feet actually would be pattern. So bring the range to 5 miles. Okay. Duck in there. Prop full. Give her a call. Was it 3-6? Anacortes traffic, Epic 139, be entering 45, left downwind, runway 36, Anacortes traffic. Sorry about that, guys, I have my track IR on. Alright, so we have to come down here, we're going to enter it at 45. Do flaps 1. Prop full, conditioner levers full. Gotta be at 1,200 feet to come in here. There we go, 1,200. That's not taxi, that's pattern altitude. Coming in at somewhat of a 45. It's 3-6, yeah. The orthos are amazing. Oh yeah, I love the orthos here. That's the main reason I did it. I got all this custom scenery in this area. I don't really fly this area that much. Alright. Anacortes traffic, Epic 139. Downwind per Left downwind 36, Anacortes traffic. I don't usually do this much hand flying. This is challenging. We're going to be picking up our campers there once I land and switch to the Kodiak. Anacortes traffic, Epic 139, turning left base, runway 36, Anacortes. Gear down. Anacortes traffic, Epic 139, turning final, 36, full stop, Anacortes. Alright, where the hell's the runway? I just busted the Charlie by accident. That's alright. Alright, 3 green, land good. Got 1 red. Wind is a left crosswind. Reversers on this don't really work that well. Probably needs an update. Anacortes traffic, Epic 139 off the runway, taxiing the parking, Anacortes. Alright, so landing lights, strobes off. Inert separator is on, so that's good. Flaps are up. Come up here, we'll park, get into our Kodiak, and go pick up them campers. next to this, looks like a 150. Man, it's bumpy in here. All right. Let's do brake. Take that out of beta mode. Taxi light off. Turn off the air conditioning. Turn off the pitot heat. Turn that crap off. Feather the prop. That's right, gotta do fuel cutoff. All right, complete that flight. Let's do a replay of that real quick. I need to reconnect to PilotEdge for the right airplane anyway, so. Will you watch the SpaceX launch today? Probably not, because after I'm done with this flight, I need to run into town. What time are they launching? All right, so I need to reload. In the Kodiak at 74S. That looks fine. Start new flight. 4:30. If that's Eastern, then there's probably no way I'll be able to watch it because I'll probably be driving. I have to run to the store in town and pick up some scripts and stuff, so I'm unfortunately going to miss that. But I'd be surprised if it's not recorded. Like, I should be able to watch it on YouTube later or some network, I guess. All right. Stop making weird noise. Okay. Open up that door. Actually, let's take a look out here. Oh yeah, I need to reconnect my weather. All tie downs are open up all doors. So weight, that looks pretty even. How much fuel? It's like 160 gallons of fuel, half tank. CG's dead center. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And I need to log back in the PilotEdge, so I'm going to put this on the BRB for like 5 seconds while I log in. My reason being is I have my email, associated with the login.
Connected to PilotEdge.
All right, back to sim. Get the weather. And let me get the overlay. I need to book this VFR flight real quick. All right, so we're going from 74S to 1S2 Darrington. We're 1399. We're gonna fly VFR in a Kodiak on PilotEdge. All right, so now I can get this overlay. Fly now. All right. Did the fuel. Fuel is up here. Gotta turn that on. Park and brake is on. It's nav light, beacon light, nav light. All right, where is my... Oh, here we go. I was looking for my notes on this plane. I don't ever fly this one. Master on. Fuel on, quadrant. Everything is in low. Beacon light is on. We need aux BP on. And then ignition would be on and starter would be low. Then at 16 NG we'll add fuel. Six, 79, 10, 13, 14, 15. Adding fuel. Move the prop full forward. Alright, so now we need to turn off the starter and ignition. Aux BP to standby. Generator, alternator on. That got rid of all the messages. Do avionics, aux bus. Eric is, the dates are wrong, but whatever. are... Where's flight plan? There it is. Flight plan, menu, delete. And we're going to 1S. 1S. Two. Enter, enter. There's the range. Put that about 7. That's fine. Rogue command. This is the Kodiak, Quest Kodiak. It's made by, let me do noise canceling headset there. Makes the engine sound quieter. Pretty cool. Open up these. It's made by, is it Just Flight that makes this? Or is it, I'm gonna have to look it up. Raleigh 730. Thranda Quest Kodiak. Thank you, sir. I couldn't remember. Thranda, that's right. Yeah, this is Thranda's first real airplane. The guy that made this airplane used to make most of the Carinardo. Well, not make, but he would put them over to the X-plane. But he no longer, so he started his own business, which is Thranda Design. Anyway, he makes good airplanes. This one also has the option of adding the rep to it, but I don't fly it enough to warrant that $20, but it does, you can get a rep for it, reality expansion pack. All right, let me update my weather, force weather reload, and then we'll set the altimeters, 30, 24, we're already set. 74, and Anacortes is 241 MSL, so we're within 75, so that's fine. Air conditioning is fine. 275, 275, so all that matches. Not worried about autopilot. Well, let me see. We're going to be heading east, so it would be odd +5. So we'll say 13, just for reference. 5. Vertical speed, say 1,000. We'll put it on heading mode. That's all I need right now. I don't need flaps for takeoff with this thing. We do need transponder, VFR, transponder, altitude. We're squawking. 128.25 is CTAF, so we'll dial that in. 28.25. 125.6 is Seattle's approach, so we can kind of monitor Seattle by turning on COM 2, and we can monitor what Seattle's doing. Sometimes it's fun just to hear other people. I'm not talking to PilotEdge. I'm not going to do flight following for this. There's no CAS messages. Taxi light. Go away. Taxi light. Dan Clue is the designer, coast pilot. Yes, you're right. Yeah, he used to work for Carinardo. Quest Aircraft is out of Sandpoint, Idaho. They're a good company. Yeah. Yeah, and this plane is kind of like, to me, it's like the CJ Jeeps of aviation, because you can accessorize the crap out of this thing, like get floats. Even this model has floats if I wanted to use floats, which I don't right now, but it's kind of like the Jeep of the sky, in my opinion. I don't get to do this flight that often because it's usually in this area. It's always cloudy and nasty weather. All right, I think we're ready to roll. So the wind is 270 at 6. So 270. So nice crosswind again, that's fine. Anacortes traffic, Quest, or Kodiak 139, taxiing to runway 36 from parking, Anacortes traffic. All right, break off. Turn off the, hear the engine. Speaking of floats, some floats hanging out there. All right, again, this Charlie airspace that's around us has a bottom of 1,300, so we'll just stay at about a 1,200 feet pattern altitude. Fly over to Allen, pick up our passengers, go to Darrington. All right, we've got control, free and clear. Do strobes, pulse light for landing light. So we are ready. Anacortes traffic, Kodiak 139 taking off runway 36 for a left crosswind departure, Anacortes traffic. Tell I don't do pattern work very often. Is the pitot heat on? Nope. I should have had that on, but whatever. All right, conditioner lever full. Gotta really watch the torque on this. You'll blow up this engine. It's simulated to where it will blow up if you over torque it. Forgot there's a left crosswind. Alright, it's 80 knots. Rotate. .400 feet, start a left turn. Looks like the wife's getting home. hold here at about 1200. Sorry about the barking, y'all. They're always excited when the wife gets home. They're like, you suck, she's the best. Alright, what is the landing for this? Let's see. 120 for flaps 1, 100, actually 90 knots, flaps full, final approach 70 knots, okay. I don't need to do any call outs because it's not an airport. We're just gonna land here on the island, pick up our campers. Alright, this shelf is 1,300 feet, so as long as we're under that, we're not violating any airspace. Alright, we'll slow down. Prop full. Slow down to about 120. Add in some flaps. Start a base turn. Can anyone tell me what a percentage of turn is a 2-minute turn? Is it 30-degree turn, 20-degree? I thought I remembered the other day what a 2-minute turn consists of. I know it's like, I think these angles are a 2-minute turn. I'm not 100% sure, but. We'll slow down to about 90 knots. Flaps full. Creates a lot of drag. So we're going to hold it at about 90. Okay. Wind 270 at 6. Alright, flaps out. Oh, I forgot to add in the custom scenery with the campers. That's all right. Forgot to do that. The custom scenery I have for this airport has tents here, but I totally forgot to add that in. That's right. We'll just pretend we picked them up. But the custom scenery that I have has like tents here and a campfire. It's pretty cool. I thought it looked a little different when I landed. This comes with 74S, this part. "25-degree turn." Okay. Appreciate that, Raleigh. I knew it was either 20 or 30 or somewhere in that neighborhood. So, right there in the middle. All right, so we have picked up our passengers, and now we're going to go to Darrington. All right. What's the trim set for? I need to reset the trim. Okay. I'm going the right way. Okay. Totally forgot my campground, people. That's all right. Oop, we're busting the Charlie. So that little grass strip I just took off from comes with this airport, but I have a separate scenery for it. TFR for today's space launch? Yeah, no surprise there. It's been held up from what I understand because of weather. I just read that and it's pretty cool. Cape Canaveral. I used to live down there years ago. We're still under this Charlie, which is why I'm holding at 1200 or 1300. All right, now we can climb. sync up the heading bug. Do autopilot on.
Air Force 412, Bozeman landing west. If you send via the Spud 3 arrival, report leaving flight level 300.
That's just monitoring Seattle. T-minus 40 minutes and counting. Yeah, I'm so going to be looking at that when I get back home. Weather at Darrington. KS38.
San Francisco ground, Pilatus 62 Golf Sierra at signature flight support, taxi for departure with Zulu.
Number 62 Golf Sierra, San Francisco ground, runway 28 right at Echo, taxi via Charlie, Echo.
Over to 28 right via Charlie and Echo, 62 Golf Sierra.
Just have to keep the prop RPM out of the red.
We're 5 off kilo.
Need to add notes to
I don't think we observe any LT, but sure, go for it.
Allen Island.
Number 335 Alpha Kilo, I did not, and thank God for that. Otherwise we'd be hearing it all day, every day, I imagine.
Add in torque as we continue our climb. RPM.
Number 3 Sierra Tango, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5. We'll see ya.
Is this prop RPM? Oh. I think this... Make sure I don't crash into a mountain. Turn on the oxygen, wherever that's at. There we go.
Albuquerque, clearance American 2500, looking for clearance to Phoenix with Quebec.
Very 2500 Albuquerque, clearance, go to Phoenix Airport. Adios 3 departure, Zuni transition that has filed. Climb via the SID, squawk 6375.
Okay, cleared to Phoenix, adios 3, Zuni transition, Dennis South, climb Sid, and 6375 on the box for American 2500.
Alright, so Darrington is 122.9. I'll get
325 on the readback, correct.
get that set up.
San Francisco Tower, pull out of 62 Golf Sierra, ready for departure 28 right at Echo.
Number 62 Golf Sierra, San Francisco Tower, runway 28 right at Echo, cleared for takeoff, wind 280 at 16.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right at Echo, pull out of 62 Golf Sierra.
Sorry guys, I'm not talking that much. Just been talking for 2 hours straight, out of breath.
That is 2 Golf Sierra, contact departure.
Over to departure, 62 Golf Sierra. NorCal departure, pull out of 62 Golf Sierra out of 2000 for 5000. Climb in via SID, except maintain 5000.
13, B11, 5.
Pilot 62 Golf Sierra, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000. Leaving 5,000, clear direct Oakland.
Alright, out of 2,600 for 17,000. Upon
runway,
reaching norm, we'll go direct Oakland at 5,000.
10. Runway 10. Straight in. Altitude at Darrington is 550 feet. Autopilot off. Just wanted to climb a little bit so we could see our surroundings. This thing does like to pitch up. Alright, altimeter is set for Darrington. Darrington is 122.9er, so I got that set, so I'll give a call out here shortly. Let's see, so if I did a flight plan. Did a direct to looking at okay.
10-4-12, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
Miles to the west.
10-4-12, Salt Lake.
Darrington traffic, Kodiak 139, 10 miles to the west, be straight in 10, Darrington traffic. Follow this road. Darrington traffic, Kodiak 139, 5 miles to the west, runway 10, Darrington. Is my landing lights still on? I don't think I even turned them off. Yeah, they're all still on. So 120, I can go to flaps 1. Do a little slip action here, right rudder, left aileron. Prop full. Darrington traffic. Kodiak 139, straight in, runway 10, full stop, Darrington traffic. Alright. Prop full. We're good. Diving in here. Okay. Flaps out. wasn't too bad. A little high, but it was all right. When the weather is crappy, this is definition of I follow roads approach. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why I chose to do this flight because the weather was nice. Usually I don't fly this because, you know, Seattle is always, you know, in a cloud. It's always overcast and raining and stuff around here. So when the weather's nice, I try to do this little route, little bush flying. Park here by this motorcycle. He's keeping it ready for us. Go off on a bike ride. That would be awesome. Bike ride in the mountains here. I used to be really, really into bikes. All right, how do I turn this thing off? Geez, good job on getting that down and stopping at the end. Thought you were going to mow the grass. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I touched down at 70, so it's like it looked like it was going fast, but it was actually I slammed on the reversers, so I didn't even hit the brakes till like the very end. But this it's kind of like it looks like I didn't have enough runway. You're right. All right, taxi light off. Turn oxygen off, aux off, turn those off, turn that off. Feather the prop. And fuel cut off. Power off. Do a replay, see how that looked. Let's go to PilotEdge, disconnect. Codes pilot, nicely done, and T-minus 20 for launch. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see the launch because I need to get. I'm gonna do a replay real quick. Offline. Yeah, it was definitely a dive. I was a little high for sure. Such a narrow runway. And that's when I hit the brake. Runway's so narrow you don't even really see it on the replay. Smooth. I normally sort of plan it. Yeah, well, with this plane, I've learned on the flare to keep about 20% power in. You don't want to go to like flight idle. If you just go to flight idle, then this thing will fall out of the sky on you. So that will probably help you if this is the airplane that you're referencing. All right. All tied up. Go for a ride. All right. Drops like a rock. Yeah. Yeah, just keep in 20% on the flare and you'll find it like 10 times easier to grease the landings with this. The TBM is similar. I've learned with the TBM to keep about 10% NG in the flare, but that's only if I have enough runway. If I don't have enough runway, then it's kind of like a thud. But yeah, 10% in the TBM and about 20% throttle on this plane to get a greaser. Thanks for a great stream. You bet, buddy. I'm glad you guys liked it. I usually don't stream this long, but I wanted to do this flight because the weather was permitting. So glad you guys enjoyed. I did too. That was a lot of good fun. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. If anyone here is new, don't forget to hit the follow button and you'll be alerted to when I go live. Otherwise, you guys have a good day. Catch y'all later. Chase out.